Thank you, Marisha, for the presentation and the introduction for this demo. Hello, everyone. We are delighted to present you the solution we built to address risk management challenges and give you an overview of our key features from the crowdsourcing of uncertainties to their effective management. Of course, feel free to drop your questions or remarks in the chat box. We will discuss them just right after. So, for this demonstration, we came up with a little scenario with the common situation of Energylog, a logistics company in the energy industry. Of course, the company is fake. They offer tailor-made freight solutions and logistics for their clients worldwide, and also packaging and storage facilities, with the brand promise all done on time and within budget. So we will have three different profiles for the demonstration. Christopher Emery, who works as an employee in the logistics business unit in Spain, who is going to declare the uncertainty. Martin Perez is the risk manager based in the HQ in France. He's going to be in charge of the risk management strategy. And then we are going to see Jan Bradley in her team manager role of the logistics business unit in Spain, and she's going to be in charge of the strategy implementation tasks. So let's first start with the uncertainty declaration with Christopher. Once logged, he has direct access to company news regarding risk management, but also the company 4 objectives, and this ensures that risk decisions are always a support to the broader goals and objectives of the business. And it also keeps the stakeholders focused on identifying the uncertainties that have an impact on these objectives, but also encourages long-term and strategic thinking. So in this page, Christopher has also access to his statistics and also information about the colleagues in charge of risk management or any important contact for the subject. So let's move now to the risk declaration. We choose to crowdsource uncertainties, either risks or opportunities, at every level in the company, but also on a day-to-day basis. And as you can see with this one-page form and simple interface, our goal is to make the identification part of the process the easiest and most effective possible. For our scenario, I have already completed the form. Christopher is going to declare a risk regarding spare parts used for vehicles in their pallet racking alleys in the warehouse in Spain. So first part is about describing the threat with the title. Second part is about explaining the cause, highlighting, for example, the dependence on one registered provider, and also have the assessment of impact and probability. And then last part is about recommending mitigation actions and having, as for example, having other providers registered. And we can also have documents attached that are going to be transmitted to the risk manager. And if the employee doesn't have enough information, the draft can be saved for later. As you can see, having this easy-to-use form is the greatest way to both address the issue of flawed communication and reporting systems, but also empower employees. On the one hand, risks can be detected and adequately reported so that the loss can be prevented, but it also puts the employees in a position of internal auditors and increase their business consciousness. And this is what Marisha was speaking about earlier. Before an uncertainty turns into a problem or a missed opportunity, we have the ability and willing to spot it, and knowing it in its earliest stage gives a huge head start in the response strategy. So we're going to see the details about the dashboard with Jan Bradley profile once the risk manager assigns the risk to her team. So let's jump now to what happens when the risk is declared with the Martin Perez profile. So when the risk manager logs into his account, he also has access to the first 2 tabs seen before to declare and have a follow-up on his risk declared. He has also direct access to the risk register with filter options. And also access to the risk details and timeline. It's just a quick overview. We will see this precisely within minutes. We also have users and team management components with features of import and edition, very easy to use too. And last but not least, the KPI dashboard with an overview and detailed KPIs that can be configured according to the customer needs, and also the uncertainties that are both pending for review and assignment, meaning that these uncertainties are waiting for risk management decisions. And as you can see here, the risk register is not updated within a cadence or a frequency, it's continuously updated. With the example of the risk declared by Christopher, this one that has just have been declared, we are going to take a deeper look into the risk details and timeline, but also focus on the actions the risk manager puts in place for mitigation. So, all uncertainties that are declared first starts with the status of pending for review. And after checking the risk details, the risk manager decides whether to send it back for more information, reject or close the uncertainty, but also mark it as being pending for assignment. Next step is thinking about the strategy for risk mitigation and assign the risk or opportunity declared to a team. Here in our case, the risk is going to be assigned, so it's going to be on mitigation, assigned to the logistics team, to Jan Bradley, who is the team manager of this business unit. And of course here the comments can be added, they are not mandatory, but they can be added. For our example, the risk manager is going to suggest the registration of different providers of spare parts. He can choose any employee of a team. So here for this example, we are choosing the same team, but we can choose another one. And we are going to see it through the team manager profile. The tasks have been added, and with all this feature we have seen, we ensure the risk manager a dedicated space where both risks and opportunities are identified and managed, and the fact that everybody in the organization is empowered to share uncertainties adds bottom-up views to the top-down approaches, and the risk manager doesn't have to wait to schedule meeting with the teams to identify risk. This can be done on a day-to-day basis, plus the fact that there is a unique platform to declare and do the follow-up that makes it easier to increase their impact on decision making. So let's see now what happens with the team manager profile. So once Jan is logged, you can see that she has exactly the same tabs as Christopher. And with our next release coming up, we will have a notification system here in the tool, but also using emails. And Jan will get a notification for the new assigned risks and tasks. Basically, the assigned risks tab is only for information. Then she can have access to the information of the risks that are being assigned to the team. But in the assigned tasks, the risk manager expects to have a return on the actions undertaken to reduce the risk. Jan can therefore indicate her progress on tasks, add comments and suggestions without having a heavy workflow, and everything will be directly updated in the risk register. So here, for example, we can assume that she has already made a benchmark of different providers and that she has already had a meeting with them to talk about the spare part they're using in their vehicle fleets. So once the comments on the task is saved, the information is going to be directly updated in the risk register. And in our next release, we are going to have this notification system that will also allow to notify all the stakeholders with the appropriate information. And this will add value to the risk leadership mindset we were talking about earlier, as stakeholders have a follow-up on declared uncertainties and are also encouraged to keep getting involved. And for our last but not least part of the demonstration, we are going to see the monitoring and review of risks and opportunities. So we are going to go back to the risk manager profile to see this essential step in the risk management process. The risk manager must monitor risks and review the effectiveness of the treatment plan and strategies that have been set up to effectively manage the risk. And when selecting, for example, the risks that were assigned with the mitigation strategy, we can find our example of the demonstration. And having this information on the evolution of the tasks, the risk manager can update the risk details from the current situation and regarding the targeted one, and the difference between risk assessment as declared and the targeted situation provide us with great information for monitoring and reporting. So we can easily have these KPIs in the detailed view that we have here in the KPI dashboard. So we come to the end of this demonstration, which I hope has given you a good overview on our crowdsourcing tool, considering the limited time that we had and the great subjects that we could discuss, either on the risk management process or the diversity of your industries. We are, of course, pleased to answer your questions during the time we have left and also get in touch for further information. Thank you for watching.